Hi. In our last class, we have seen about how to use explicit intent. So in explicit intent, you need to specify specific activities that you want to launch, yes? But coming to the implicit one, you do not need to specify activity or other component that you want to execute, and it's up to the Android runtime to figure out that up for you. For example, let's say you want to build uh, a webware, something that will allows you to launch a website directly from your application. So in this case, you don't need to specifically mention what type of browser your application need. Like you may have Opera, you may have Chrome or Edge on your mobile, and then in this case you don't need to specify it. So just you need to tell the type of activities that you want. You do want to view something, do you want to make some phone call or any other thing. So you just need to declare those, and once you declare those, it's up to the Android runtime to figure out which application best suit what you are requesting for. Okay, so that will come under the concept of implicit intent. So this is a typical example. Suppose that we have you have built a social media application that allows the user to change his or her profile picture. So here you do have one button, that's a camera button. So whenever a user click on that button, you want to open a camera. So we all know that we already have a built-in app that will automatically open a camera and capture the picture. So in this case, we just tell Android runtime implicitly that we want to take a picture. That's quite enough. So Android runtime will figure out which application is suitable for you, and then it will embed that. Okay. So that's the core concept behind implicit intent. So here is a typical example. Let's say you have one button that allows you to open a given website. Let's call it, you want to so to do that, just you need to write this kind of intent, implicit intent, new intent, and just you want to view some website. So that's something that you need to declare. If you wanted to make a phone call, just you need to say, oh, phone call or SMS, camera. Just you need to specify your intention, and it's up to the Android runtime to prepare everything that you need based on a user setting. And then you need to pass the kind of parameter or argument that this intent is expecting. In this case, it is a view, so it expects kind of URL. So you need to pass this URL, and then you can start the activity. So in this way, you can implement the concept of implicit intent. The same things go for a phone call. So if you are making a phone call, you need to specify your intention. So you need to say action call. And the previous one, we have used action view. Yes, you wanted to browse something. This action call, action for sending SMS, capture, camera. You need to specify that, and then you need to provide an argument that's expected by that specific intent. In this case, you are right parse this one, and for this one, this is going to be something like this one. You need to prefix it with TEL, telephone number. And notice that this will not work on an emulator because it requires a network and SMS and SIM card. Just you need to build your application and run it on your real device. Okay, you need to run it there. Okay, so that's something different, but this one will work. So it only requires your emulator needs to have an internet connection. That's the only thing that you need. Okay, so let's build some application, and we'll get back to the lecture part later on. Okay, so let's create a new application, right? New project, and now I'm creating an empty activity. So Amud, let's call it Amud 1. Just the name of the application. Finish. And let me hide this one. Yes. Let me check this one. Okay, it's working. And need to hide this. And let's move this one to here. Okay, now we have simple activity here. Let's go to the XML file, and here is a hello world. Let's change the view to the system UI, and let's split it. I wanted to remove this one, and let me change this one to a linear layout like this. Let me provide the orientation vertical. Orientation, here is the vertical one, and let's create one button for opening given website button. Yep. Wrap content, and then text property. Now I'm going to say open or browse, and on click property, button open click. Done. So now we want to open Amur University website when a user clicks on this button. So I need to create a on-click listener for this one inside my Java core, public void. Then it's of type view, and then you can write it. So if it is red, you need to type alt enter and import. So it will automatically import view package for you. So now we need to open Amur University website. So let's store that inside a string variable. Let me say URL is equal to Amur University URL, and let's get it from the internet. Yeah, so I may call this one like Amur University. So let me get their website. Yes, so here is a website. So I copied that URL and pasted it here. And now I need to declare the intent, implicit intent. Intent I is equal to new intent. And what I'm going to do is just to open intent dot action view. If you want to send some SMS message, you can use this one. But at this time, when you only need this one view, then we can pass some attribute for this one, say it's data. Then you need to say URI dot parse. You need to parse it. You need to parse the URL. That's Amur University website, and you can start it. Start activity I. I means this one, this intent. So what this goes to? So the goal is just whenever user click on open button, we want to launch Amur University website on any browser that's available on our emulator here. Yes, we are going to install this one. So we want to install it here. Just I'm going to run. And let's change this one to a code view. And let's wait until the Gradle building process ends. Okay. Come on. Yes, now it's trying to install it. So you see, come on, we have one button here which says open. So the goal here is just when we click on open button, as we code it here, we wanted to open Amur University website. And here in our emulator, we may have Chrome, we may have Opera Mini or any other browsers. And based on the user setting, this will automatically allow us to launch the URL that we embed inside this button. Okay, open it. So you see, now it's launching it on a Chrome browser. You see, automatically it's trying to open Amur University website. So this is the way it works. But actually, if we are building only for Amur University, we don't need to create a button. Button is not needed actually. Yes, we can, instead of using button, we can copy this code and put inside on create function. So that what does this mean is that automatically when after we click on the application icon, it will automatically load Amud University website. But at this time, it requires us to click that button, that specific button. So to do that, what you need to do is just you don't need this one, any user interface, and you can copy this code here. Okay, like this. So automatically, this is going to launch Amud University website. So let's move this one to home. Yeah, becoming busy. Now let's run it again. So now there is no button when we run it again. It will automatically open that website. You see, it is trying to launch automatically. No need of button. Okay. Another option is just you can create an editable text and you can open any website that's provided by the user. Okay. You can pass it as input and you can process that. Okay. That's the possible way. And to make a phone call, the only part that you need to change is this one. Okay. On a button click, just you need to say action call. Okay. And then you may either let the user to provide his or her phone number, and then you can start making a call. But in a phone call or sending SMS, you need to ask the Android an extra permission. Okay. So you need to ask for a permission. For example, if you want to implement a phone call here, let me undo this one to the original part. Let me add one more button here, which says call. Maybe let me add one editable text here so that the user can provide phone number and then they can make a phone call. Editable text, we may say match parent, and for this one I can use wrap content, and I need to give ID here, and I may say phone number, PHN, just for simplicity. Then I'm going to add one more button here. Just let me copy this one and I can save call here. Just I need to change this one, call, like this. So let me hide this one and split it like this. Here, see, we have a call button here. I need to change this one to button call click. So I can use this one later on. And again, this one is empty and we need to provide the user kind of hint. Let me say phone number. Yeah. And again, we need to specify type. So since it is a phone number, we need to change input type. Yeah, it's input type actually. Input type, we need to say phone number. Phone. So we don't need to have a virtual keyboard that contains letter from A to Z. We only need any number from 0 to 9 and some plus and hash symbol in this case. Done, yes. So let's check it again. Run. And let's open our emulator here. It's trying to uninstall the previous one and try to install the new one. You see, now we have opened. This will open a website and phone number. So here you take a look at the virtual keyboard. It's a number from 0 to 9 and some special symbols. So that's suitable for a phone call. And now we didn't write any code for making a call, and that's something we need to do. So just we need to say, we need to use only this code. Can use this. But before that, we actually need to get the name button call click. We need to create one function here. Similar to the one that we did for button call click, and so type view v, and inside here you need to write your intent. That's implicit intent. We wanted to make a phone call, and we are going to get this value from the input. So we are going to change this one. Now we are going to make some sort of concatenation. So to do that, I need to get the ID of this editable text. That's phone number. Okay. So need to come here and then declare globally your editable text. Edit text, let me say et. And what is this et? It is equal to find view by id resource dot id dot phone number. Okay, so now you can simply replace this one with the new variable. You can say code plus editable text dot get text dot toString. Done. So this will automatically get that number, okay, with the telephone number. So this is going to be dynamic, but this is not enough actually, because we need to ask a permission. The user needs to know that your application requires a phone call. That directly means it needs to access your SIM card. So to do that, you need to declare that permission. If you remember in our first class, we have talked about the manifest. Inside manifest folder, there is a file called Android manifest. Here you need to declare the permission that your application needs to run, okay? So you need to say uses permission, then you need to specify type of permission that your application needs. So in this case, this phone call, so you need to select this one and close it like this. Done. So once you declare this one, whenever a user tries to install your application on his machine, Android runtime will ask for a permission. Oh, it will say this application requires phone call, something like that. Okay. So now if you try to run this one, and it will crash because you don't have a SIM card and everything on the emulator. Let's check it. Let's check it. So call. Now the application crash because it's not a rainfall. So what we are going to do is just try to build APK. Once you convert to APK file, install it on your mobile phone and test it. And then at the end, you are going to have a phone call application. So build and then check it. So the building, so it will tell you the location to get that APK file, locate it. Just you can send this one to your mobile phone and have an application that will make a call. So this is all that we have for implicit and explicit intent. In our next class, we'll learn about how to create a database related application using Android. See you next time. Bye-bye. Yeah.